Cheese. Cheese. You need to sit closer. Goat. Gum. H. Can you do H?
H.
This is the letter H. Hat. You're the one I love the most. No one compares to you. You're my special spider. No trick, you're such a treat. To me, there's nothing nicer. You're my candy, super sweet. You're my baby bedtime bat. It's time for you to doze. Under skies of inky black, your tired eyes flutter closed. Can you close your eyes like the baby bat? Close them like this. Can you pretend to sleep? The end. That's 2 things we've done. We've done our singing and we've done our book. Hey y'all, I have tried to start this video many times today. My plan was to film today. I'm trying to navigate these. I'm trying to navigate my, oh my gosh, someone else is coming in. Okay. Okay, like I said, I have been trying to film. I wanted to set certain days that I filmed so that it was priority and it could get it done. And today has been one of those days where it has just been challenging. The beautiful thing about today is my Everett's birthday. I don't know when you'll see this, but today that we filmed it is his birthday. He is 17 today, which blows my mind. Everett is just pure joy and such a sweet, 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 tender-hearted young man, and celebrating him is so fun. He has such a gracious, grateful spirit and is joyful and happy, and so doing things that he loves and then he delights in is just so fun. So today is a school day, but we went to lunch in downtown Waco. It was really fun. We went to an Italian restaurant and he got pasta and chicken, and then they brought him some cheesecake, so that was really special. My mom was able to come, and Ezekiel, my son that lives out of the house, was able to come, so that was really fun. A fun break in the day. So they did school. He's actually at football practice. If y'all follow me on Instagram, you saw in my stories a couple days ago that I shared he had injured his shoulder. Like a month or 2 ago, it was his knee. Football is hard, y'all. And then he dislocated his shoulder on the field, and then we had an x-ray and an MRI, and so now we're at the point where he can play with a certain brace. We do not need surgery, praise the Lord, and we'll start physical therapy in a couple of weeks, 3 times a week. So he's at football practice right now, which is exactly where he'd want to be. He has a team dinner tonight, which is so fun. And we're dropping off a cake for all of his teammates and his coaches. So that'll be a fun, probably embarrassing little thing for him, but that'll be really cute. And then Brian and I have GriefShare tonight that we lead at our church. And so I'm leaving just the girls and Evan here tonight. I've started some rice. I'm like trying to navigate all these things. So when we get home from GriefShare, we will do presents, and then he asked for a red velvet cake specifically. So I'm gonna have Elizabeth make that. Evan has been going to bed really early, and so as soon as she gets him to sleep, she'll put that in the oven because Everett will not be home till late because of his dinner. And sweet Everett, sweet Evan won't be missing much because we've sang the fullness of the glory and stuff to Everett, so it'll be nice that all of that can happen today. So I need to turn this way down. Okay, so we have been eating out so much, which is not our typical at all. We're given a lot of gift cards, which highly recommend if somebody has gone through a trauma. I initially was like, oh, that is so many gift cards. How will we ever use that? But just the overwhelm, it has been so nice to just say, you know what, we have dinner paid for, let's go get it. So we have been eating out so much this week that the kids all have random leftovers except Brian and I. So I'm putting in all the corn that I had bought, that we can eat that as leftovers that we don't eat tonight. And then I am defrosting these little 2 pieces of salmon. Brian and I'll eat that tonight. The kids will eat their leftovers. Lizzie and I actually went out to dinner last night with my mom. And so she has leftovers from that, and then everybody else has leftovers from lunch, and then Everett has his yummy team dinner. So tonight's kind of a mismatch thing. I was gonna say, I made this Taste of Home banana bars with cream cheese frosting. I will link this below. I do not have a picture of it. Worth it. I made it with gluten-free flour, and it was still so good, y'all. So I've shared cooking videos are really hard. This is my new kitchen. So I only have that little counter and that little counter and that little counter. And then we purchased this kind of rolling cart. If we did not have this, I don't know what we would do to function. So it has been a lifesaver. So it is 420, that's actually, I was gonna say it was 425, but that's actually what the oven's preheated to. How weird, it's 423. So I'm gonna cook us dinner. Brian and I need to leave about 5:30. So we'll eat before that. When I shucked, I don't know if that's the word. Brian loves that I say things wrong all the time. It's like my endearing thing to him. So I did that to the corn, and I'm gonna take those peels to the goats. He is going to feed and water the animals. He's gonna feed and water the animals before we go, so we don't have to do that. When we get home, we can just focus on Everett. So I will take you out there and kind of give you a quick update on all of our farm friends. Today was a little bit warmer. The weather is super, super nice. So while I get our corn ready, I thought we would just chat. I have never done corn in the oven, but I just Googled it. What did we do prior to Google? I don't even know. So I'm just gonna rub some butter on there. Here, I'll turn this down. My hands are clean, y'all. My Lizzie did my nails in a matte finish. And I don't know that I like nails to be shiny, but she said for fall it's the craze. So I don't know if y'all are like me and you just don't know what's what. I think I'm actually gonna melt this and use my pastry brush. Hold, please. Okay, so I'm just gonna do it this way now. Seems more civilized. Also, some of y'all, I wanted to just say thank you again for your kindness. We just posted our Q&A after the fire, and I so appreciate y'all's comments. Are just so precious and they mean so much to us. So one of the comments I had asked specifically about content, and one comment asked if we would be open to sharing some of our kids' adoption stories. So a short version of that is yes, but very little. I think once you share something, you can't unshare it. And what my kids feel good about me sharing today may not be the same way that they feel later. And honestly, it is their story to tell. So there are aspects of it because they would agree with me, adoption is part of our family's testimony and ministry. And so we always want to share how God has used adoption to grow our family and bless our family. But adoption also comes at the cost of something. And so, my kids are not with their biological families, and that is hard. So since it's Everett's birthday, I will share a tiny bit about my Everett. Everett came to me at birth. He was discharged from the hospital into our arms. I remember thinking about his birth mom so much in those first months, just trying to understand, and knew that I couldn't, what she was thinking and feeling. And so for us, our story with Everett is just that he was a blessing. We were not pursuing him in God's goodness. He just came and was a beautiful, beautiful surprise. And I remember getting that phone call saying, "We have this baby. If you would like him, it's an adoption situation," and just weeping and just thanking the Lord for Everett's life and for his addition to our family. We definitely over the years have, prayed for his birth family and continue to. Everett is so tenderhearted. A funny story is Brian called Everett our bonus baby because we didn't know he was coming. He was just like a bonus blessing from the Lord. And I spoiled that baby to a fault, probably. And I remember I had a sweet friend, Amanda. I don't really think any of my people that I know probably don't even watch my vlogs, but I remember at MOPS when Everett was probably 2, her in love saying, "Brandy, his feet need to hit the ground. Like, you cannot carry this child his whole life." And I remember months and months and months of just carrying him close to me and close to my chest and just constantly being in awe of him and thanking God for him. Now that he is 17 and a young man, I was teasing him today because Jen is one of my very best friends, and she made the joke, like, "I remember you at MOPS carrying that baby around. How can he be 17? So it's just funny when you're a young mom, people tell you all the time the days are long and the years are short, and you just don't get it. But it's so fun to celebrate him today on his birthday. I definitely am going to take some time tonight and pray with him and, pray as a family and thank God for his life. He is so precious to us. So all that to say, their stories are theirs to tell, and we will give bits and pieces in ways that still keep that hidden. If they want to share their story someday, details, that's theirs to tell. We just don't ever want to do anything on our part that would hurt their feelings or make them feel like we shared something that we shouldn't have or that they didn't want to. So if you have generalized questions about adoption, how to adopt, how we adopted, we're definitely able and willing to share about those generalizations and encourage you to, pray about it and seek the Lord. Adoption is a beautiful thing. It's not for everybody. So if you're called to it, I think, we would love to encourage you in that. Okay, I just put some buttery steakhouse seasoning on these. Butter, salt, and pepper, and I'm gonna put these in the oven. Okay, we're done with dinner. What'd you think of dinner?
What?
What'd you think of dinner?
Oh, dinner was amazing.
Amazing.
Corn was.
Yeah, I've got all the corn for the goats. So, it's actually hot. We're coming out here. We're gonna feed the animals quick. Before we have to go. Coleman is such a puppy. And then we're gonna go drop the cake off at the restaurant and rush to GriefShare. Okay, I think the goats are gonna be the ones that like this. There were a few grapes in there, but oh, they hear Daddy coming. He is feeding our puppies. If you are a new friend, we have 3 Great Pyrenees. That big one. I don't even know if you can hear over all these animals. It still freaks, it just cracks me up that we have so many. Look how many birds we have. They're so funny. They hear him coming.
Turkeys go nuts. Come here. Come here.
Our turkeys are our favorite livestock. They're so sweet. So we love our turkeys so much. Last year we harvested 2 for the first time for Thanksgiving. They were so good, but just generally, they're just, personalities are so sweet. We started off with 18, and from those 18, we only have 3 big ones left. We got them from McMurray, and we raised them. They just slowly, none of them died just from natural causes. We had a predator issue that we finally got figured out, and we had the 3 big ones. The problem is turkeys love to fly, and Brian built them that, I'll show you in a second, actually, that teepee, like turkey tree. And we just really debated, because if we clipped their wings short enough that they wouldn't fly out and get hurt, then their quality of life was bad, because they really love to fly and love to get up on that tree. So it was just really disheartening. They would just disappear, and then we would find some of them. We definitely have coyotes. That's why we have the dogs. Our dogs protect them from the perimeter, but our dogs are not great with poultry. They have always had the goats with them from time to time, but they're not great with the poultry being in there. Like, they are just not protective of them. So they definitely protect them in terms of if something comes around, they're gonna bark and act crazy. So we had a local lady that we found on Craigslist that was selling baby turkeys, and we were so excited. What is this new breed we got?
Narragansett. I think that's how you say
Narragansett?
it. Narragansett.
They're just lovely. And we had 4, and now we only have 2. We lost one this week. And what is she chewing on? Oh, good grief, these dogs. So we saw a bunch of feathers throughout the yard, and then I found her in the garden, and it looked like, I mean, she was half gone. So something keeps getting them, and our chickens don't really fly out. So next year, when we restock our turkeys, and turkey poults are expensive. They're like $18 for a baby. So it's not like buying a chick for $3.50. So we've invested a lot of money in these turkeys that they just aren't here anymore. And so we're gonna harvest the 3 big ones, 1 for us and then 2 friends for Thanksgiving. And then our new ones, the 2 that are left, you can see them right there, those 2 right there. We want to keep them, not to harvest them, but just keep them on our property, and we believe they're both males. So next year, we think we're going to have to buy fencing that is tall enough that they can live their life happily, but not fly out and get hurt. So
well, I think once they get to a certain size, they don't.
Yeah, our big turkeys don't fly. So it's just getting them from babies to ginormous. And then they're so fat they can fly, but they do fly up there.
Well, but that has steps. So they go 2 feet, 2 feet, 2 feet.
Gotcha.
So the difference is the meat birds, the big turkeys, they're excuse me, they're bred for meat. So they get really big breasted, and they don't, you don't keep them long term because it's hard on them.
Hard on their legs.
The other 2 are heritage breeds, so they can live for a long time, and they won't get as big. I just don't know if they'll get to a size. Good grief! I don't know if they'll get to a size where they just don't fly over the 5-foot fence.
So we want
experiment for us.
We want turkeys long term. They are our favorites, and so we just need to figure out what that is. If you raise turkeys, leave us a comment, leave us a picture, leave us a video. We definitely love them so much. Here, I'll turn it around. There they are, right there. Those are the ones that are left. Okay. Woo! I feel like the sun has been so bright. So we are on our way, in the sun. It's 5:29. We are right on time. I wanted to leave at 5:30. So we're gonna take this cake, and I'm gonna get some air going. I have it on 87. And then go to GriefShare. If you don't know what GriefShare is a Christian-based curriculum series that is usually at churches that helps people that are grieving. I'm gonna move my arm because that arm was hurting. It is really, really good. We went through it at our church as participants when Ezra died, and this is my 3rd semester to lead it. Brian's 1st semester leading with me. So we go once a week for 12 weeks. Each week there's a video, and each video is topical. So last week we talked about regrets and all of the if-onlys. They used a good analogy. It showed a woman. Can you see over my hand?
I gotcha.
Sorry, this is like a really busy, you can't see around that corner, and they come. Whoa, Brian, they're coming. Brian. Holy cow. Like that. They come so fast. So, they had this lady with a really heavy black backpack on, and she was going up a hill hiking, and they just talked about all the things that we put on us that just make our grief journey even harder, like things that we can't control or things that we can't change about what happened. Maybe you had an argument with your loved one right before they died, or you wish you would have said something that you didn't, or you wished you would have noticed that they were feeling poorly, or whatever it might be. So tonight we're talking about, we're on session 8, facing the empty chair at the table. That's just hard. So I think that's so true, though, that even if you're grieving in a healthy, God-honoring way, there is that emptiness, there is that void and spot in your family that will always be missing, not just missing in the day-to-day life, but missing in big events like graduations and weddings, and that person is gone. So we have some really sweet people in our group this time that are really honest, and it's such a sweet time. So hard but sweet. Okay, friends, thank you for watching. Thank you for your kind comments, and we will see you